To get started with our short meeting.
Of course. Well, yeah, good, yeah. Mr. Manager, how you doing tonight? Doing okay? Good. Holy shit. Let's get a cake or something. The doctor's in the house tonight. Get a piece of cake or something. I don't know. What do you want? Do you want a stick or you're, I mean, I'm not, what are you thinking?
Yeah. I'll see how long that meeting goes.
Good evening, everyone. It is 6:00 p.m. on Tuesday, October 21st, 2025. I'd like to call the special meeting of the Peoria City Council to order. I'd also like to welcome everyone who's here in our council chambers, as well as our listening audience watching on cable channel 22 and on YouTube. Madam Clerk, the council mics are open. Please call the roll.
Mayor Ali,
Present.
Councilmember Allen,
Present.
Councilmember Carmona,
Here.
Councilmember Sear,
Here.
Councilmember Gordon Young,
Present.
Councilmember Jackson, Councilmember Kelly,
Here.
Councilmember Euler,
Here.
Councilmember Regenbach, Councilmember Valpula,
Present.
and Councilmember Vespa.
Here.
You have a quorum present, Madam Mayor.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. I'm expecting that Councilwoman Jackson will arrive momentarily.
Okay.
That's her. Thank you. Everyone, please join me and stand for a moment of silent prayer, silent reflection, followed by the Pledge of Allegiance. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Madam Clerk.
We have one public hearing. 25-293 is a, a communication from the city manager and finance director comptroller with a request to hold the truth and taxation hearing regarding the 2025 property tax levy.
Thank you. Mr. Manager?
Thank you, Madam Mayor. I'd like to turn the floor over to our finance director to explain the truth and taxation hearing prior to any public comment.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Manager. A truth and taxation hearing is required when the aggregate increase of the tax levy is more than 5% of the previous year's extended levy. Notice of the public hearing was published in the Journal Star on October the 9th. For truth and taxation calculation purposes, the tax levies for bonds are removed from the calculation. The 2025 property tax levy collectible in 2026 is estimated at $34,418,810 at a rate of 1.3483. The 2024 property tax levy collectible in 25 was $32,299,747, or a rate of 1.3483. The total amount of the increase to be levied is 6.56% higher than the amount levied in 2025. That is because it is over 5% is the trigger for the requirement for the truth and taxation hearing. The only other item I would point out is that 6.56% is the anticipated EAV growth across the city. As I said earlier, this levy will keep the tax rate flat.
Thank you. Can I get a motion to open the public hearing moved by Councilmember Sears, seconded by Councilmember Allen? Any questions? Please cast your ballots. Okay, motion passes unanimously. Is there anyone present here today that would like to speak to the Truth in Taxation hearing regarding the 2025 property tax levy? Is there anyone here today that would like to speak to the Truth in Taxation hearing regarding the 2025 property tax levy? And lastly, is there anyone here who would like to speak to the Truth in Taxation hearing regarding the 2025 property tax levy? Can I get a motion to close the hearing? Moved by Councilmember Kelly, seconded by Councilmember Euler. Any comments or questions? Please cast your ballots. Motion passes unanimously. Madam Clerk?
We are at the regular portion of the agenda. 25-294 is a communication from the City Manager and Finance Director Comptroller with a request to receive and file the first reading of an ordinance amending Chapter 31 of the Code of the City of Peoria pertaining to stormwater utility.
Mr. Manager?
Thank you, Madam Mayor. Again, I'll turn the floor over to our Finance Director to explain this ordinance change.
Thank you, Mr. Manager. Based off of the motions made by the City Council at our last meeting, the stormwater utility fee is to stay flat for 2026 and 2027. This ordinance, because of how the existing ordinance is written, needs to be amended because the CPI increase is automatic in the ordinance. So the ordinance in front of you tonight for first reading reads to freeze the rates at the current 2021 levels for both 26 and 27. It would default back to those increases being taken in 28, but that is something obviously council could take up at that time. So really this is a mechanical requirement of the action that council took, and I'm available if there's any questions.
Thank you, Director Craddy. Councilmember Seer,
Thank you, Madam Mayor. Move to receive and file.
seconded by Councilwoman Gordon Young. Councilmember Kelly.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. Director Craddy, I think you answered this question. I just want to make sure. And I think I know the answer, but we'll see. If we ever reimpose and leave the ordinance untouched so that
God bless you.
we're not going to have makeup between the last time, it will just be for that preceding year, is that, the CPI change.
That is correct. The only way it would be different is if council amended the ordinance to do something more than the CPI increase for that year.
Thank you. Thank you, Madam Mayor.
You're welcome. We have a motion on the floor and a second. Please cast your ballots. Motion passes unanimously. Madam Clerk?
25-278 is a communication from the City Manager and Finance Director Comptroller with a request to hold a discussion on the 2026-2027 biennial budget.
Mr. Manager?
Thank you, Madam Mayor. The council communication for this item that was updated in your packet includes kind of a summary of all the revisions that were made with the budget motions that were approved by council last week. So we wanted to put that table in the packet, and I also realized that the overall summary of those budget motions with the detail was not included in the packet last week, so it is included in this packet this week for you, for your consideration. With all of the changes that were made, there were, in 2025, with the budget motions, there was $1,201,100 of expense and revenue added to the 2025 budget. And then in 26, we added $2,458,358 of revenue and reduced expenses by $609,823. So that balances the budget for 2026, putting $6,681 into fund balance. Then in 2027, with the changes that were made, there's $4,835,293 of revenue that's added to the budget, and $3,731,277 of expenses added to the budget. But ultimately, it does increase the fund balance by $25,595. So both budgets are balanced. So tonight, if this meets council's approval, what we'll do is work towards getting all of the budget documentation prepared, the ordinances that will need to be approved. You already approved the stormwater utility first reading. Everything else is just what we would normally do, which would have our debt service property tax abatement levy. It will have the property tax levy ordinance. It will have the appropriation ordinance. And then I think we have 5 special service area ordinances that we'll bring forward as well that sets the property tax levies for, or abates property taxes for the certain special service areas that we have. And we'll bring that all back for council's approval next week so that we can wrap up the budget by the end of the month.
Sounds great. Thank you. Any questions for the manager or Director Craddy? Councilman Seer?
Thank you, Madam Mayor. I don't know if we need a motion or not, but I would move to get documentation ready for next Tuesday's meeting.
Okay. And that, you want an action item on that? Okay. Seconded by Councilmember Allen. Any other comments or questions? Please cast your ballots. Motion passes unanimously. That does it, doesn't it? You said it might be a short meeting. All right, Madam Clerk.
We are at citizens' opportunity to address the city council. We have not received any cards. We do not have an executive session, so we would be at adjournment.
Okay, can I get a motion? We need a motion now. Okay. Moved by Councilwoman Gordon Young, seconded by Councilmember Velpula. Please cast your ballots. Motion passes unanimously. Thank you for your service.
Writing it on the calendar.